Level 1. The Lookout. You are 16 years old. You live in a neighborhood where people lower their voices before they say names. Your mother tells you to come straight home after school, but home has bills on the table, and your father is only a framed photo now. One afternoon, an older man calls your name from across the street. He knows your mother, he knows your street, he says he only needs your eyes. No violence, no drama, just watching. So you sit outside the convenience store and pretend you are not working. Your job is to notice what does not belong: a truck that slows down twice, a stranger who keeps his face turned away, a police car that passes without looking at you. At first you think this makes you important. You have a phone in your pocket and adults suddenly answer when you speak. Your friend Nico laughs and says you finally have a real job. Your mother does not laugh. She sees the new shoes before you explain them. She sees the cash folded too carefully in your drawer. That night she asks where it came from. You say you helped someone move boxes. She looks at your hands and knows you are lying. 3 weeks later, a convoy enters the neighborhood and you freeze. Your phone vibrates again and again. By the time you touch the screen, it is already too late. The older man appears beside you without raising his voice. He tells you mistakes are buried in the desert. After that, you never miss a message again. Level 2. The Runner. 2 years pass, and you stop looking like a kid. You have learned when the street goes silent. You have learned which smiles are warnings. Then they give you errands, not important enough to know the plan. Important enough to take the blame if anything goes wrong. You carry envelopes. You drive old cars with clean papers and dirty secrets. You wait in parking lots where nobody parks for long. Nobody tells you what is inside anything. That is the point. If you know nothing, you can repeat nothing. The first time you make a delivery, your stomach twists for an hour. Every headlight behind you feels like the end of your life. But the package leaves your hands, an envelope comes back. You have never held that much money before. The next week, fear is still there, but smaller. The third week, you call it normal. That is when the trap tightens. Nico wants in too. You tell him it is not worth it. He says you are only saying that because you already got paid. A month later, Nico disappears from the corner. Nobody explains it. Nobody has to. You keep running errands because stopping now feels more dangerous than continuing. Level 3. The Collector. At 21, they stop treating you like a boy. They give you names, addresses, and silence. You collect envelopes from people who cannot refuse. A barbershop, a pharmacy, a restaurant with 3 empty tables and a tired owner. Every door has a different smell. Every face gives you the same look. Fear mixed with hatred. You tell yourself you are only carrying money, but people close their shops when you turn the corner. A child hides behind his mother's skirt when you pass. That is when you understand what your job really is. You are not collecting money. You are collecting obedience. One restaurant owner says he cannot pay this month. Business is slow. You nod like you understand. That night, men with you destroy enough for everyone else to hear about it. The owner pays double next month. You buy your mother a better refrigerator. She does not thank you. She asks if this is what your father died for. You leave before you answer. Outside, your crew calls you brother. Inside your own house, you are becoming a stranger. Level 4. The Enforcer's Shadow. By 24, your voice can change a room. You do not need to prove anything every day. That is what makes it worse. Violence becomes something other people expect from you. A rumor starts in the morning. By noon, someone wants an answer. By night, a door is kicked open somewhere, and your name is attached to it. You begin to understand power as distance. The less you touch, the more people fear you. You get your first real scar because somebody wanted your place before you had one. The doctor asks no questions. You pay him in cash and leave through the back. The next morning, people say you survived an attack. They say it with respect. You hate that it feels good. Your mother hears the story from a neighbor. She waits for you with the lights off. When you come in, she touches your face, like checking if you are still her son. You want to tell her you are still there, but you are no longer sure where there is. By the end of that year, you stop sleeping in the same place twice. You tell yourself it is temporary, but temporary becomes your life. Level 5. The Cell Leader. At 28, men wait for your decisions. They call you boss before you feel like one. Your day is no longer one job. It is noise, pressure, favors, threats, and problems with legs. Someone lost money. Someone talked too much. Someone's cousin wants a chance. Someone's brother needs to disappear for a while. Every favor becomes a debt. Every debt becomes leverage. You move through the city like you own it, but you own nothing that cannot be taken? A rival crew sends a message without words. Your men want permission to answer. If you say yes, families will hide indoors. If you say no, your own people will think you are weak. So you choose the option that keeps you alive today. Tomorrow can bleed on its own. The news calls it a clash. Your crew calls it business. You call it another night you survived. Then your mother stops answering your calls. For the first time, money cannot buy the sound you want. When she finally opens the door, she does not let you inside. She says the house feels safer without you in it. You laugh because crying would make your men nervous. That night, you realize leadership means everyone watches you suffer quietly. Level 6. The regional operator. At 34, you no longer stand on corners. Other people stand there for you. You manage people you barely know. You manage arguments before they become headlines. You manage fear like inventory. There are phones you never touch, rooms you never enter first, cars you never sit in twice. Everyone says this is success. It feels like being hunted with better clothes. You have a house with a pool you almost never use, a closet full of shirts you wear once, a lawyer who tells you not to speak over the phone, a doctor who asks why you never sleep. You say you sleep fine. Then you lie awake until dawn, listening for footsteps. A politician invites you to a private dinner. He does not say your name. You do not say his either. That is how business works now. No one admits the room is dirty. Everyone leaves with cleaner hands than they deserve. Then a younger man in your own circle starts arriving early. He laughs at your jokes too loudly. He offers to handle problems before you ask. You recognize the hunger because it used to be yours. That is when promotion starts to feel like a countdown. Level 7. The plaza boss. At 40, you control a territory you barely walk through. People say your name carefully. Politicians pretend not to know you. Police pretend not to fear you. Your own men pretend they love you. You pretend you believe all of them. Your compound has high walls. The walls keep enemies out. They also keep you in. Your daughter has a birthday party without you. You watch a video of it later in a locked room. She blows out candles while you listen to guards outside your door. You buy her gifts she cannot explain to her friends. You send money to your mother through other people. She sends it back once. You keep it in a drawer like a wound. At this level, paranoia becomes a schedule. Breakfast with guards, lunch with a lawyer, dinner with men who may be planning your death. You learn to read pauses. A second too long before answering. A phone turned face down. A bodyguard standing half a step too far away. This is how fear sounds when it has money. Not screaming, just clicking locks. Again and again. Level 8. The cartel leader. By 46, the organization is bigger than you. You may own the title, but the machine owns the title holder. You move from house to house. You sleep in rooms you do not decorate. You eat food tasted by other people first. You cut friends from your life, because friendship is a security risk now. You learn that loneliness can be expensive. The world thinks you are powerful. The world does not see your hands shake before meetings. It does not see the medicine in your drawer. It does not see you rehearse trust in the mirror. You have rivals outside, rivals inside, rivals who share your blood. Every celebration feels like a test. Every apology feels rehearsed. Every new face is a possible ending. You start making decisions based on shadows, not evidence, not proof, just the feeling that somebody will move before you do. That feeling costs lives. It also keeps you alive. You hate that both things are true. Then a name from your childhood appears in a report. Nico is not dead. He is alive somewhere because he talked early and vanished. For 1 second, you envy him. Level 9. The capture. It does not happen like the movies. No dramatic speech, no final kingdom to defend, just a sound at the door, then another sound behind you. For the first time in years, nobody waits for your permission. Your men vanish into corners. Your phones are silent. Your lawyer does not answer. Your name is suddenly just a name. Not a threat, not a legend, just a tired man in a room with nowhere to stand. They move you through cameras. The whole country sees your head lowered. Your mother sees it too. She does not cry at first. She turns the television off. Then she sits in the silence you left her. In court, they call you by your full name. It sounds smaller than the names people whispered. Witnesses speak from behind screens. Men who once kissed your hand now describe you like a disease. You want to hate them, but you taught them how to survive. The sentence feels impossible until the door closes. Then, impossible becomes routine. Level 10. The successor. The cartel does not die with you. It learns to speak without your voice. Your nephew hears the stories. Your son sees the cars. Your lieutenant sits in your chair. Everyone says they will be smarter than you. That is what you said about the man before you. Now you live in a concrete room built to erase rank. No silver watch, no phone, no men waiting for your decision. You count footsteps in the corridor, you count meals, you count years that no longer belong to you. Sometimes you dream of the plastic chair outside the convenience store. You dream of your mother's kitchen. You dream of the moment before the older man called your name. In the dream, you keep walking. Then the cell door wakes you up. Outside, another boy checks his phone. Another mother tells him to come home early. Another older man smiles from across the street. The machine does not need you anymore. It only needed you long enough to become someone else. This is how the ladder keeps moving. Not because anyone wins, because someone always thinks he will be the exception.